ACC kickoff, the assembled media selected Virginia as the favorites to win the ACC Coastal Division, which I wrote about on the website. And the margin was 1,003 points for Virginia to 992 points for Miami. So it was very close. They had way more first place votes, did Virginia, than Miami. Sorry, hold on. I need to get back there. No! My computer is not doing what it needs to do right now. I do apologize. But yeah, so Virginia was picked as like the favorite, but like barely in the Coastal. And as I've spoken about on here, I still just don't see it. Like, Miami has the most talent in this division by far. And it's really not even close. Here we go. There's the piece with 14 comments and 10 new ones. I need to check those out on stateoftheu.com, by the way. So Virginia had 82 first place votes in the Coastal and Miami had 55. But the difference was only 11 points. So I think that there are I think that people in general think of Miami almost higher than Virginia because, like, the gap is large in first place votes, which means that the gap in points should be large, but the points differential is small, which means I think that the people had Miami second place more times than they had Virginia. So, like, a lot of people put Virginia first or like third or lower, and that's how I think Miami made up those points. So, I mean, yeah, it's not that anybody is like the prohibitive favorite in that. Now, in the other division, 171 first place votes went to Clemson versus 2 for Syracuse. End of the list. And I mean, in the Coastal Division, there was Virginia Tech, Pittsburgh. Everybody got a first place vote, at least one, in the Coastal Division. So, I mean, it was a little bit different. But yeah, I still, this is, call it what you want. Call it cocky Miami fan. Call it whatever you want. But don't call it clickbait, because I'm not saying this because I'm trying to get you to engage. I'm not doing this because I don't believe it. I honestly and truly believe this. Miami has the most talent, and it is going to come to pass that Miami plays to the caliber of their talent. I believe that to be this year. I've believed that to be previous years and was proven wrong because Miami has found a way to play down to their opponents. But, I think that Miami is in such a good place at pretty much every position group and upgraded on the offensive coaching side so far that, yeah, I mean, and Virginia has to come down here, and they squeaked by. People were talking about, they whooped our ass last year. They won 16-13, and their all-star quarterback, who everybody loves all of a sudden, threw for 92 yards. They had 200 yards of total offense. Like, get out of my face. You know what I mean? So I just don't see it. I honestly don't see it how you could pick Virginia over Miami. I just don't see it. I know that Brock Mendenhall is doing a good job. I know that Bryce Hall is he's the best cornerback in the ACC, maybe the best cornerback in the nation. Bryce Hall for Virginia. He's damn good. And I'm not trying to, sell you anything else. I'm not trying to say that he's not. But one player does not a program make. And him being that good does not overcome the dearth of talent on the Virginia roster as opposed to Miami. So, sorry. I'm getting so hyped up. I'm hitting my computer and everything. My bad. Yeah, so Miami was picked second in the Coastal. I don't agree with that. And, coming up in 1 month from today, we're going to start that path towards seeing, who is going to win that division. And I wholeheartedly believe it's going to be the Miami Hurricanes. And I dare and defy them or anybody else to prove me wrong. But the thing about it is, I have dared and defied them to prove me wrong previously, and they have done that. So maybe I should stop doing that, and they'll do their job. I'll think about that.
Yeah, so Cam, anytime you want to get wound up, the people love it. So you have the allowance here to get wound up because we get the intellectual Cam, and we actually, I think, Cam, you are sometimes so well spoken that people sometimes lose your passion. I've heard that a few times about, and I think, my goodness, if some passion doesn't always have to be expressed in just, and Cam, I believe, is very boisterous as well. Yeah. But for me to have to explain your passion, my goodness, if anybody's passionate about anything,
right.
This guy's on my top 5 list of any subject of any person that I know.
Now I appreciate that, and like I appreciate the fact that people see that I'm well spoken. Like, I do think of myself as a learned person and things of that nature. Like, I will openly tell you that I played sports, but I was a nerd bomber. Like, y'all know I was a choir director for years. I know that you look down on music and the pursuit thereof, but like, those are things that I'm like not just like tier level, oh, I can sing a note. Like I know all the processes and I know all the things going down the line. But, you know, in so far as like I've been blogging and running a website and things of that nature, I have subjugated my fandom a little bit in the pursuit of like pragmatism, because I've always tried to be a pragmatic person, like make sense of things, not just be a homer and say, oh, it's orange and green, it's going to be da, 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 da. Now, okay, yeah, if you're talking about having more talent on the roster than anybody else, that's Miami, and that's not debatable in the Coastal Division. Like, I mean, duh. I would say Miami is the second most talented team in the ACC. I mean, the only other team that you could put up there by them would be Florida State, who recruited well previously, but performed poorly with this new coach. But yeah, I mean, I don't need to yell at you all of the time. And that's what I used to tell my students when I taught, you know, like I can mean something without yelling it. You know, it's like being in a relationship. Like I can talk to you and we can like go out, we can communicate without it having to get to the point of I'm yelling and screaming and throwing something and you're yelling and screaming and throwing something. And hypothetically, I have not committed any kind of crime on that nature, but you know what I mean, where you can be with somebody or in some kind of connection and not have to like yell and scream to get your point across. That's what I think of myself. But if I have to get a little louder so y'all feel me, which is one of the tenets of like my life, you know, like you do things with passion and purpose that is outwardly visible, then maybe I got to turn the volume up a little bit. And you know what? I got this good microphone. I got these good pipes, you know, thank you, grandfather, for those, you know, genetics and everything. But yeah, if I got to turn the volume up so that y'all feel me on this, then you'll feel me and you'll hear me. So, I mean, Mark, I appreciate the feedback. So, you know, I'll govern myself accordingly moving forward.
And when it comes to passion, yeah, the emotion is tied to the passion, but a lot of people can maybe show some passion about a particular subject or a particular vocation in life or something, and it basically expresses itself as excitement in the moment. But show me the person who on day 20 and day 30 and day 100 is still working at that particular vocation or that particular subject. And that's the true passion being manifested over time.
Well, there's that. And, you know, people always want to say that it's easy to be hype when things are good. You know, 10-0 in 2017. Oh, yeah. Da, 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 da. Where was I? Oh, hey, that light just changed. Anyway, but pragmatic. Like, yes, Miami's 10-0, but this quarterback isn't doing what he needs to do. And the offense has issues and things like that. You know what I'm saying? So I've been here so long. You know, I was talking to my mom, who's here at the house right now, talking about how long you and I have been on here doing videos and, you know, chats and whatnot. Like, I've been the same person every time that you've seen my face, every time that our listeners have heard my voice. Win, lose, draw. Like, yeah, obviously there's things to work on, but like I approach life. I approach, you know, the Miami Hurricanes, the, you know, State of the U website that I manage and create and edit and cultivate content for, bro, I approach it the same way, win, lose, or draw. I'm always going to be here. I'm not going to hide. People want to at me on Twitter. Oh, Ken, where you at? Oh, y'all lost to whoever. And I will invariably at that person back or quote tweet it. I'm right here. So I'm going to be right here. And I'm passionate about the Miami Hurricanes. I'm an alum. I bleed orange and green. I'm not going anywhere. Like, I mean, I will travel and I will watch the games and things like that. 2020 at Michigan State. I'm from Detroit, and it's like an hour-and-a-half drive up to East Lansing. You think I'm not going to be there? I will absolutely be there. But, yeah, I'm not going to just yell and scream all the time because, like, eventually if you yell and scream too much, people are going to tune you out. But I am going to bring you my honest opinions, you know, commentary and analysis, and hopefully we can connect on that level. But yeah, I'm going to be here all the time. And for those people who say that, you know, the fact that I am well-spoken and I don't yell or scream enough doesn't accurately portray my passion, I thank you for the feedback, and you'll see different.
So I will say about the Virginia selection by the media versus Miami being in second place by the overall media that covers the ACC, that number one, what Cam said is not debatable by anybody out there. Doesn't necessarily always translate to a championship, but Miami has the best talent. Now, if they had a better recruiting class 1 year than Virginia, 15th ranked versus 18th ranked, that's indecisive. No, we're talking about class after class after class after class after class, rated between like 8th and 20th in the country versus like 35th and 60th in the country. There's no comparison between the two rosters. that doesn't always translate on the field. Cam, so I'll say two things. Even though you don't agree, and I don't know if I agree yet because I've yet to make my selection, I'm leaning probably 80-20 Miami, and I'm giving a little bit of thought to Virginia Tech, actually. But Virginia second, Virginia Tech third. Yes, I am. I'm giving it some thought.
Okay.
But yes, Miami undoubtedly is the best roster, and I do believe in the vibe brought by Manny Diaz, even if he makes some mistakes. I think that the locker room's been energized by the commitment to winning, by the energy, by all of that, and getting rid of, even though he's a very capable coach in his prime, he just had run out of gas and just gave up, and that would be Mark Richt. Okay, but the vote speaks to two things. People see the upward trend that Virginia is on. I was about to say apparently, but it's not apparently. Bronco Mendenhall is very capable. He won 100 and only lost 49 at BYU. They were ranked almost every season he was there. They have obviously taken a step back. So he's proven himself in his absence at BYU and then taking over at Virginia and going from 2 wins to 6 to 8 with a big bowl victory. So there's an upward trajectory there that I think people believe in. And then also, because of the disparity in the votes that you outlined, I think it speaks to there being an understanding that even for those writers that did not pick Miami, they believe in the talent to a degree to say second place vote, second place vote, second place vote, where Virginia's got all these firsts and they probably have a ton of fourths and fifths, and they're all that people don't know, but people believe in the Miami talent at least being in contention for the division.
No, I think that's true. And I would say, I know you're 80-20 between Miami and Virginia Tech, which is crazy.
Virginia, then Virginia Tech.
Oh, Virginia, then Virginia.
Kind of sharing that 20%.
Oh, okay. I
to some degree.
But still, I mean, yeah, maybe I am cocky Miami fan on this point, but Miami needs to do what Miami needs to do. Miami has the best roster, has the best talent, and I think that Miami's going to win. And we'll see, if they succeed in playing down to the level of their opponents or down and below even in things. But yeah, I mean, and I hear you about Bronco Mendenhall. I hear you about his time out there, but it's a new day. It's the Manny Diaz era. #TNM. Let's go win games.